and it looks incredible. Oh. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And as you can see, I'm wearing my new awesome compression gloves. My Aunt Mary was so sweet and got them for me for Christmas. We're doing this epic self-portrait this evening, y'all, and it is going to be a complex shaded illustration. So I don't know if we'll finish tonight. We'll see. The hard cutoff is 9 o'clock, so we might have to continue on to next time. We will see. We will see. Here we go. Okay, I got all my screens going. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we are starting with the dragon. And let me see, do I like this red? Yes, I do. Perfect. But I am excited that I am one step closer to streaming on my Nintendo Switch with y'all. So I figured out the other day that I can actually hook up my Switch to my new computer monitor. But the problem is that because it's just a computer monitor, there's no sound. So I have to wait. I found a couple of really cheap speakers that, fingers crossed, I'm pretty sure will work with this setup. And I can pick those up this week. And then I can game with y'all. How about that? How cute would that be? So basically what I'm doing right now is I am tracing over my base line art with the color line art. And why that's important is because then I can select the whole area and be able to fill it in with color rather than having to sit here and actually like manually color the whole thing by hand. So that saves me a lot of time and it's just more accurate, you know, the whole coloring in the lines sort of thing. So I am so excited that Synesthesia Fables was officially released yesterday. It is currently available in paperback and it will soon be available in ebook. Brian is working on the formatting for that right now. And all of the illustrations are there and they're all in full color and they're beautiful. Hi, welcome Boss Lady 898. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. I don't know, I was struck with some, you know, when you just get really random inspiration where you just get an image in your head and you're just like, I need to do this. I need to make this happen. That's kind of like what this drawing is it was just this like image that just came to me in my head and I just really needed to draw it. And it's been like kind of percolating in my brain for a couple months now until I finally made the time to sketch it out. All right, look at our dragon. Oh my goodness, he's beautiful. And we're going to select him like that and bam! Just gloriously beautiful. Ooh, that is so pretty. I am loving that. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it when the stuff in my brain starts coming together and it starts looking the way that I want it to. Next, we have my unicorn. Oh, what's going on? What happened? Oh, thank you so much, Bone Ticklers, for the follow. That is so kind of you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Unicorns will always be very near and dear to my heart and soul. So this part of my self-portrait is because when I was a little girl, people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grow up. And if I didn't answer that I wanted to be a writer, I would answer that I wanted to grow up to be a unicorn. Those were the two answers I would give when asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think I've done a pretty good job of growing up to be those two things. I'm a published author now, and I am very much a unicorn. I am myself. I am unique. I am sparkly and pretty and mysterious. I am all those things. Let me tell you, it's also fantastic branding. It was always super easy for people to find me after a panel, or people would find me at other conventions and they'd be like, I remember you. I want to buy your book now because it's awesome. Plus, you know, it's a pretty high honor being like super recognizable at a geek convention when like lots of people are in cosplay and people are like, you are the weirdest of everybody here. And I'm like, yes, I am. I am pink and sparkly and majestic. How are you? It's what I do. Yay, indeed. Kind of, you know, sitting here thinking because December is always the time of year when I'm thinking about the goals and tasks that I want to wrap up before the new year, and then thinking about what are my big goals for the new year that I want to accomplish. And I'm just really struggling with determining what that is, just because 2020 has just been so unexpected, just, you know, one thing after another, and I feel like I can't plan for anything, and I don't know what's ahead. Funnest part, color fill. Blah. And that's because I colored on it earlier. There we go. Let's fix that. Boop. And then we're going to get this color back. Do this so that we stay in the lines. And as we get closer, just do this. Make it all nice and blendy. Here we go. And we'll erase that so I don't have a random blotch. Ooh, so pretty. Oh, that is gorgeous. Let's see it against the dragon. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at this. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. This is, This is what it feels like when the things in my head are happening on the page. So pretty. Oh my goodness, this is just everything. This is everything. It's like the dragon and the unicorn, us taking a selfie. It's cute. Aw, I love that. I so feel like that. I feel like they are taking a selfie together. Looking beautiful thus far. Majestic. Hi, pretty kitty. How are you, baby? Do you want to say hi? This is a pretty kitty. Oh, she does not like to be picked up. Yeah, say hi to everybody. I love you. You're so pretty. Yeah. You want to be included? Yeah. I love you, baby. Really cool colors. Oh, thank you. Oh, I think they look fabulous. I am so here for this. So here is me as I like to see myself. With big wings and a tail and hooves. Like, if I could totally just make myself look like whatever, this is what I would want to make myself look like. I have a good rhyme or reason, but this is how I personally see myself. But like, do you have like an image of yourself that you have in your head that's like completely different from what you actually factually look like? And then when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, that's what I look like. I forgot. I don't know. I have that sometimes. Sure, that probably means I'm some sort of insert psychological problem here. I have a laundry list of them. Let's see. This is the fun part, figuring out my skin tone. Yep, that's about it. Yeah, my art style definitely has origins in drawing anime and manga characters. I used to sit in front of the TV after school with my sketchbook, and I would actually draw while watching cartoons, and I would try very hard to make my drawings match what I saw on the TV. Having the baseline art it gives me the opportunity to basically have like a roadmap to be able to tell what I'm doing and where I'm going. So that when I'm doing a piece where it's not just straight up like cartoon fill black line art, where I have like I want the lines to be clean and blend with the rest of the drawing, I wouldn't be able to navigate this as well on just a sketch, or God forbid, just start drawing straight up just like this with the colors. Like that would be way too much, way too many steps for my brain to try and process all at the same time while I'm drawing something. And that's a big part of the process. What helps break down these massively detailed or even simple detailed drawings that I do is just breaking it down into different steps and just making each step smaller and smaller helps me navigate so that I can do the piece efficiently and not get bogged down in the details and not get confused about what I'm trying to do and waste a whole lot of time erasing and such. Lady, you know you're not supposed to stand on mommy's tablet. I love you. Ooh. Yeah. Lady, mommy has to draw. That's what we're doing right now. She doesn't want me to draw. She's like, no, mommy, no more drawing. No more drawing. I have been doing a lot of drawing. I drew all day yesterday. Oh, my precious. I love you. I love you. You are so special. This is always so fun. I love this part of the process where I'm like carving out the details and just bringing the drawing to life. It's so much fun. Here we go. There's the face details. I think it would be fun to have a tail. I mean, I'm sure it would also like get in the way of stuff too, but I think it would be fun. And seeing some old drawings that I think would be really fun to kind of go back and redraw them, revamp them now that my skills are like a million times better. Just see where that takes me. I think I might be doing that for some of my future drawings on here. Oh, I have so many projects and so little time to do all of them. But I'm doing my best. That's all I can do. And as I've said in other live streams and also on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, this is not meant to be any sort of pressure or, keeping up with the Joneses or anything like that. Like, we are living in the middle of a pandemic, y'all. And if all you're doing is surviving, like you ate a food, you drank some water, you took a shower, all that good stuff, you're doing great. You're doing absolutely great, and I'm proud of you, okay? Like if I didn't have my list of things to work on, if all I had was just Netflix and chill, I would have lost my marbles by now. 100%. Do you have reference balloons or are you going off the top of your head? Yes, I'm going off the top of my head for this one. I don't have any of my reference balloons, as we like to call them, my little color palette balloons. This is just, I'm just winging it. We're just figuring it out as we go. Oh my goodness, these compression gloves are so awesome. They have really, really helped with my hands because I spend so much time drawing and so much time writing. And when I was in high school, I actually got in trouble a lot in class because I would spend a lot of my time in class working on artwork, like at the same time as taking notes and stuff, and the teachers would get mad at me. I'd like have whatever project I was working on for my art class, or I would have like a personal project that I was working on. And they would be like, "You're not paying attention." And I'm like, well, when you start talking about something that, is really relevant and I need to pay attention to, then I will. Especially my English classes. Like, oh man. Those classes were such a joke because they would like give you assigned reading. And then the next day they would give you time in class to read the same like chapters that they had assigned as reading anyway. And I'm like, I already read the whole book a week ago. And they'd be like, read it again. And I'm like, I don't need to. I'm not reading this crappy assigned book again. Like, I hated almost all the books that we were required to read in high school. They were all so bad. I'd be like, I'm gonna draw. There's nothing you can do about it 'cause I already read the book. I'm already like weeks ahead. I really should have been in a lot more honors classes, but I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was about 7 years old. And ever since then, like all the schools like really prevented me from being in any of the honors classes because they treated having ADHD like I was like a special needs student or something. And so they barred me from being in the honors classes. And then they were like, well, you're acting up in class. And I'm like, well, I'm bored. You're not challenging me. Like, the only class I was bad at was math. I needed to be in, like, remedial math. And for some reason, they refused to put me in, like, remedial math. And they're, like, trying to challenge me with math and bore me to death with everything else. I never understood it. I got a positive rejection where, they were like, this is really, lady, excuse you. You cannot walk across mommy's pad. I'm going to do it again. Oh, precious. I love you, but mommy's trying to draw, okay? More modern with like political and social undertones and stuff, and Love of the Sea is very much a classic. high fantasy sort of piece. And I busted my ass researching publishers and figuring out where I wanted to submit it next, and I got really lucky, and I, within the year, got signed with Inksmith Publishing. And I mean, that kind of thing just doesn't happen. Like, a big part of it was luck, but also a big part of it was that I did my due diligence and I busted my just doing all that research and figuring out where I wanted to submit it to and find that right fit. A big pitfall that a lot of them fall for is that they just want so much to be published that they don't really consider where their book should be published, and they just send it off to wherever, I guess, wherever the first publisher is that pops up on Google. And then they wonder why they get like a million rejections. And it's like, well, you can't submit your fantasy piece to a murder mystery publishing company. They don't want your piece. That's not how it works. And it's sad how common that is. And I've had a lot of writer hopefuls like send me DMs and they're like, how do I get published? And I'm like, well, have you done any research on, what publishers you're thinking about submitting to? And they're like, no, I'm supposed to do that. I'm like, yes, that's literally the whole how to get published process. Is go do your research. And I'm all for helping people out and giving advice and stuff, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and do your research for you. Like, you have to do that yourself. And it looks incredible. Oh, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I certainly did, and we will be continuing this amazing piece next week where we're going to be doing the shading, and we're going to be adding in some incredible details and that little surprise with the wings that I mentioned. Oh, you're going to love it. I'm so excited. I'm so pleased that this is turning out how I had envisioned in my head. I mean, that's a huge thing as an artist is, wanting something to appear the way that you see it so that other people can enjoy it the way that you enjoy it. And I just want to thank you all for tuning in and being on this journey with me and enjoying my process with me. And I hope that you'll tune in next week to watch me draw some more. So have a great night. Be safe. Make great choices. Bye-bye.